Hi everyone, it's Sandy. I have here a completed junk style journal that I had made for myself. I had so much fun making this and I just wanted to come on here and share with you what I had created. And I will also do a tutorial and show you how I created this junk journal if you wanted to make one as well. But I will do that in the follow-up video to this one. So this will just be more of a project share and a flip through. So if you're interested, you can head over to the next video and then you'll be able to create one as well. But I had so much fun making this and I really am pleased with the way it turned out. And I made this junk journal with a paper bag as the base, and you can just use any paper bags. These are some of the bags that you can use. These are like sandwich bags or treat bags, and you can make the book in any size you like. So the bigger your paper bag will be, the larger your junk journal will be as well. But I wanted to make mine more of a small, compact junk journal. I don't really like the bigger junk journals that are out there. I don't know why, but I like small and compact sizes. It works for me. But there are a lot of videos out there as well if you wanted to know how you can make your journals using paper bags or sandwich bags. But I'll do the video and share with you how I made this one if you wanted to see and make one and create one similar to my one. But I'm going to show you the inside of this interactive junk journal. I just really love it. I just have so much fun just flipping through and seeing the little tuck spots and the pockets that I have placed inside. And then I also wanted to make my journal with more of the brighter colors and more bright floral pinks. It just sort of brightens my day if I see my journal in a more brighter and pop out colors. And again, I was quite happy with the way it turned out, and all I did was use different papers from different collections and just papers that were just in my scraps just to put it together. But this paper here that's on the front here, I really like this print, and it is a print that was from a 6x8 paper pad by Pink Paisley, and it's their And Many More collection. So I did use a piece of that paper here for the front. I didn't want to decorate it too much because I really wanted to see the lovely print of the paper. All I'd done here on the front was created a paper laid banner shape with a cutter part here, and then I added a little pom-pom trim, and I used the cutter part from another collection that says Happy Day, and I thought that was a perfect little quote for my junk journal. So this is the front and then this is the back, but I'm going to flip through the whole journal for you so you could see how fun and interactive it is. I also use a lot of fabric trim as well that I had hand sewn, and these what they call them, ruffled sewn trim. So, and then I've also got some dangles, but I'm going to show you the inside. Again, it's not a big size. You can see it fits on the palm of my hands. So over here is the a front side pocket, and I made a little booklet. I did use beetroot dye to dye my papers. I wanted a more soft pink color. I know there were tutorials and videos on how you can make soft pink paper and dye it with avocado or avocado dyed paper, but I found that avocado dyeing was just taking too long to make, and you need a lot of not a lot, but you needed a few avocado pips to make the dye, and I like to be quick with my process. So beetroot was a perfect to dye because it's a nice bright red color, and so that's what I used. And I'll just show you quickly just some of the ones that I'd made with the beetroot dye. So I did dye some doilies with them, so they did come out with different pink colors. You can see some of them are light pink and some come out really dark. I kind of got carried away with the beetroot, but I'm quite happy with the color it turned out. I'm probably going to make another batch again, because I'm thinking of placing a paper kit pack in my store for you if you wanted to make something with the pinky color for your journals. These were just the paper bags. I also beetroot dyed these, and it's more inexpensive than using avocado, because avocado is expensive here in Australia. So these were the larger doilies. And then I also managed to lightly dye the baking paper as well with the beetroot as well. And I think it turned out nice. It's got a very soft tingy pink in it, which is perfect for me. And I like the sound of these baking paper or parchment paper. It just makes a nice crinkly sound. I don't know, but I just like the noise of these papers. And I also torn some note papers as well, and also dyed those. And you can see it's nice and not too pink. So I like that. And then these were the papers, and they've been pressed as well. You see this one here's got a bit of a tinge of brown in it, which I still like. I think that still looks nice. So these are just some of the ones that I've made, but I just thought I'd share that with you. And I will do another video with all of my dyed papers and more about my junk journaling and for my shop as well in my next video after the tutorial. But we'll go back and look at the little notebook. So again, this was the paper, and I've used a little clip that I've made as a closure for the little notebook. Oops, got caught up on the little trim. There we go. So you're going to get a bit of fraying here on your little trim. If you wanted to purchase these in my shop, I'm going to list these fabric trims in my shop. So I'll just quickly show you that as well before I go ahead. These are just some of the ruffled sewn trims that I've made, and they'll be in my shop. These are not very long in length. They're about 6 inches long by approximately 1 inch wide. So they're not long, but these are great if you are doing smaller journals, and you can add these to the end of your book pages, your tags, or use them as page dividers. And if you do want to make them longer, you can just connect your trim together, and then you can make it extra longer, and you can either just hot glue them together, or you can sew it, and then you've got you can make a whole length of different kind of trim. But I'll have these in my shop, and again, it'll be a random 6 different pattern printed fabric. So that's those. So I'll go back to my little notebook to share with you. Again, yeah, this was dyed with beetroot, and this is a doily in the front. And then this is the inside, where I could journal on the inside here. And there's not many pages, just a few. I didn't want it too bulky because it was going to bulk up the front pocket, and I didn't want to do that. But this is just a simple little note booklet that I could use to write in. And I just used double-sided tape to glue the fabric ruffle down, and that was strong enough to keep that in place. And this is the inside cover, which is a pocket, and this is the back. So I'll just show you the back as well. So lots of fun interaction in this booklet or junk journal. So that just fits in there. And then I've got some organza ribbon here to use as a closure for the journal, and that way if I wanted to add more papers in here or add more into my inserts, the organza ribbon is perfect to be able to adjust the thickness of my journal as well, because it is quite bulky already. But I think that's what makes it nice and fun. So this is the next page. I've got here some seam binding, and I've used that as a closure to close my envelope. And these envelopes are also available in my shop. And on the inside of the envelope, I've got like a cut apart from a 6x6 paper pad, and I just cut it out, all three on the one strip, and then I just sort of accordion fold it. And I'm thinking of putting some photos here of my little boy Jester on each of these blank panels, and then have these quotes on the back of his photos. So that's just a good little spot for me to put photos of him in there. And then I've got a little tab here using some scrap papers just to create a little tab and to make the page interesting. And on inside here, I could write in here, and I've got a pocket here, and this is another cut apart, and then it just opens out with dream and a little quote. And on the back here is a pocket. Again, this is the same using the beetroot die paper, and I've just created a tag style booklet, and I punched a heart shape using my heart punch, and then these just flip up and I can write along here if I wanted to. So it's turned out really nice. I'm quite happy with the way it dyed the paper as well. So that's that. And this is I used some tulle to keep the pages together and to create the booklet with some tulle, and that just fits in here. And then over here I have a pocket up the top here, and I've cut up some papers, again more places for me to write. And then I use a brad to hold all three of these cards that I've cut up, and then corner around at the corners. And I can just swivel them up if I want to write to the next page. And I can also write on the back here as well. And I've just got a satin ribbon as a little pull tab. And this is the pocket, and I can also use this part here to write, and then I can also add more papers if I wanted to add more writing. And down here is a little side tuck pocket. This is a cut apart. I've got some tags. This is a little quote, and this is just a plain white tag. I can use those, and they just go in here. And then this is the back of that pocket. Again, another place for me to write. I like the water, what they call it, water base paint drawing, I think that's what you would call it. But I do like this kind of soft colors in here. And then this is the back of that pocket with another cut apart quote that says enjoy today, which is nice to be able to look at and read every day. Over here, I've got a hidden paper clip that I'd made. I've done a tutorial on how you can make these hidden paper clips. And it's just such a cute little embellishment that I made. I like the little teddy bear, or the little bear with the quote here that says dream big, which I also have them in my shop. So I use that to hold this flip page. So this is the center part where I had used some crochet string to keep the book together. And then so many places for me to write here and along here. And also this is just the back bit. And I thought I'd just use that clip here to keep it closed. And then over here is another spot for me to write. I've got a doily here, some vellum, and these are just photocopying paper that I had cut up and corner around at the bottom. So I've got so many places here if I want to write. And this was made with just one piece of an A4 photocopying paper. And that's the back. I could add a photo here if I wanted to. And I think this is just a nice fun page as well. And then this is the back of that page. So the doily was just folded in half. And then this is a little cut apart again from a 6x6 paper. And another place for me to write here. Love this paper. Oh, and I forgot to mention, just before I forget, I did add, down the bottom here, I did add some beads to the string in the middle, just to decorate the string by adding some beads. So I forgot to mention that, in case you're wondering where those dangles came from. So I'll go back over here, and then over here again, more places for me to add photos, or I could add another plain matte paper to write. And this is a little tuck spot here, which opens this up. I think I must have dropped one. Maybe I must have dropped this when I opened the journal. But these are some little cut aparts in the quote where I could again use this to write. I could also write on the back or add photos to the back of the cut aparts. And that's the little tuck spot. Again, somewhere for me to write. And the reason why I did make this little tuck spot, when I made this flap, it was sort of, it kept opening, and I was wasn't happy with the way it wasn't sitting flat. And that's the reason why I got this little ephemera and just glued around the edge here to keep this open. And that way they can sit in there and it will stay closed. And then with that, I then just place these extra cut aparts in there. So that was just an easy way to do that. And then over here is a side pocket with a large plain card where I could, again, somewhere to write. I can write on both sides. And this is another trim, a ruffled trim, again, that I just place on the top. I use a double-sided tape to adhere that to the top of the card. So that goes in there. So there's so many spots for me to have fun writing in. And then we go to the back. And then I've got here a place where I've got this extra fabric trim that was lying around. I use that to keep this part closed. So you open that up, and this is also just another spot for me to write. And I punched a hole here with my heart punch, added a little tassel dangle, and that can flip up to write in there. I can write here, and that goes in this side pocket, which is the same side as this one here. So I've just got, that's on that front part, and then this on the back, in case you're getting confused where that came from. And then here is another spot for me. I placed a little like a tab shape, what do they call them, a tab page, and I did make my own. I have a tutorial on how you could also make your own little page tabs, that's what they're called, page tabs. You can make them in all different shapes and sizes if you wanted to have a look, and I'll put the link to my tutorial down below. And then when you open this up, I have another pocket here, and I have a clip here to hold the pocket closed, and that's just the I made my own clip, which was the extra bit from this trim. So I just placed it on the paper clip. So I use that as a closure for this pocket because it opens up like that, and I didn't want what I have in here to fall out, so this was just somewhere to keep this closed, and it also decorates the journal as well. But inside the pocket I've got a mini file folder, again somewhere for me to write. And then this pocket, I did alter this pocket. These were using, let me show you. It was using these window letter envelopes. So I kept these, and there are again tutorials and other videos on how you can alter these envelopes with these clear window front envelopes as well to make your own pockets. So I did make my own here and use scrap papers to cover the envelope. So that was cute. And then I also made a pocket at the back for some larger tags. And I'm just going to put this back so I don't forget. So they go in the back there. So hopefully you'll join me for the tutorial if you want to make one of these, because it's really easy. It really is easy to put together. It looks difficult, but it's really easy. So this is just another blank space here. I left that blank so I could use that to either write on there or add another pocket. So I kept that blank if I wanted to add more pockets or other booklets in there as well. So that is the back, and then we go to the front. So that was this is just a flip through of this really fun album or junk journal. Really love it. So I do hope you join me in my next video so I could share with you how I put this together. If you also want to make your own, you just need paper bags or sandwich bag. Just to also let you know, the one that I made for this one is this size here. I'm not sure what size it is, but if you have something similar in size and you want to get it ready for the tutorial, this is about 5 1/4 inch wide or 13 centimeters by, my ruler won't go that far. It's roughly about, I'm guessing about 7 inches, no sorry, 6.5 inches in length by 16 centimeters. So that's his size, and you can use this size as well. So I'm going to be doing the tutorial with the larger size, most probably with the larger size paper bag, because I want to make another one with this size. So I'll see what I decide when I do the video, but it doesn't matter what size I'm going to use, it's going to be the same way. It just depends on what size paper you want to use, but to make the album is exactly the same. So I do hope you join me in my next video for the tutorial, and I'll have all of these listed in my shop as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video and my project share, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.